Alright, so today in Mr. Robinson's test chemistry, we are explaining our all 11 chapters that we've learned so far.
Wait, can we start over, please? Okay. Mr. R wanted us to learn, and I, Angelica Reyes, and Joel
Maldonado.
from his 6th period chemistry have learned to a incomplete
Level so far.
and hope to be a C. The following concepts from the first 11 chapters of our chemistry book. This is not an inclusive list, but my selection of concepts from each chapter that I will remember.
So for chapter 1, an introduction to chemistry, has to do with the chemistry impact on materials, energy, medicine, agriculture, environment, and the universe.
Yeah, it was about the chemistry impact on materials, energy, materials, agriculture, the environment, and
Cyrus Mays, please come to the office. Cyrus Mays, come to the office.
Chapter 2, matter and changes, has to do with an exclusive condition properties for substance and mixtures.
The chapter 2, properties of matter. Properties used to describe matter can be classified as an extensive or intensive.
So chapter 3, scientific measurement, has to do with the scientific notation, the accuracy and precision, significant figures, mass.
And then what I got out of chapter 3, that measurements are fundamental to the experiment sciences. For that reason, it is important to be able to make measurements and to decide whether measurements is correct.
Chapter 4, atomic structure, has to do with the history of the atoms and the theory of size of atoms, and atomic structures and what makes atoms different from each other.
And why the periodic table is useful.
Chapter 5, electrons and atoms, is the history of the atomic models, quantum measurement models, and electron configuration with S, P, D, and F orbits.
From chapter 5, I got chapter 6, organizing elements. What I got was that Mendeleev arranged elements in his periodic table in order of increasing atomic numbers, mass.
From chapter 6, what I got is that the periodic table teaches us how to organize all the molecules and atoms in order, and what family the elements are from, and the periodic trends from the table.
From chapter 7, ionic and metallic bonding, what I got was to find the number of valence electrons in atoms of a representative element. Simply look at its group number.
Pretty much the same thing. Ionic metallic bonds is pretty much like ions and valence electrons is the basic step for it.
And then chapter 8, covalent bonding, I got how the electron dot structures represent and shared electrons.
And chapter 8, the covalent bonding is the information of what molecules formulas create and how does the electron dot structure set in place and the molecules in orbit.
And for chapter 9, chemical names and formulas, what I got was the molecular compounds. How do you write formulas, names for the acids and bases?
Pretty much the same. The molecular names formulas that contains and the anions represent elements and polyatomic structures, and pretty much writing the formulas and names of the ions and compounds.
Chapter 10, chemical quantities. What I got was the percent compositions.
Chapter 10, chemical quantities, teaches about moles, 3 ways to measure moles, and pretty much that's it.
And then for chapter 11, chemical reactions, I got the types of chemical reactions, the spector ion and net ionic equations.
And chapter 11, we learned the skeleton equations, the cations, and the coefficients and types of chemical reactions.
What are the types of chemical reactions? You guys know them?
It's combustion, decombustion,
Single,
single covalent,
double,
double covalent. So that's one.
combustion.
That's it.
You were going combination, a combination and decomposition. All right. Well, good. Let's hear it for them. Woo, woo, woo.